So it's just insane. Welcome to which one are we? Yeah, we are
This
playing
is
Pirates of
Pirates.
Drenex. Yes,
Yeah.
Pirates of Drenex. We will be picking up where we left off last week. These guys are helping out a small group, activist kind of group. And trust me, they're not doing it because they care about their activism. Well, maybe a little bit, but uh, they're doing it because they have the potential for a pretty much basically a free income or a free source of biochemicals moving into Drinax, which they can use for all manner of purposes, but mostly because they are trying to rebuild the floating palace's Class A starport. And so this group is called the Free Spurl Society, and um, so they are basically the Free Spurl Society is trying to get General Development Corporation essentially kicked off their world, or at least less of a grip on their planet. And so they are wanting the travelers to essentially set up a smuggling operation where they are smuggling these biochemicals, or really the sperm whales off of the planet Spurl. And they by doing this they can bypass Jadeco's taxes and tariffs and essentially be allowed to sell to whomever they want and collect more of the profit. And so in order to do that, they had to hit a pirate base on the moon around Exi, or one of the moons around Exi, that belonged to a pirate band called Inshari Spacers, and the Spacers and Captain Inshari were picked up in a Imperial raid recently, and so their base was sitting unprotected, at least unprotected by the pirates. Exi itself is still actually a highly patrolled system, fuel depot, and so the travelers have kind of swept in, kept a low profile, and dealt with the few automated defenses at the station, and are now in the process of going through and determining their spoils. Before we get started, we would like to thank friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. Tonight, we would like to thank Alehorn. Alehorn makes beautiful Viking drinking horns. I believe they are made of ox horn. I love mine. It makes an excellent beer drinking vessel. Although you could put mead in it. If you're really into wine, you can put wine into it. It's big. This is like what, two and a half 12-ounce cans, so, or two and a quarter 12-ounce cans. So yeah, it holds a lot of beer. And actually this my wife got it for me a couple of years ago. It also came with a matching shot glass, which has become quickly my favorite shot glass. They have a number of deals, so I recommend checking out their site. Because it's Oxhorn, it should be stated that if you find one in the picture that you really like, what shows up may not end up looking like that, just because every single horn is different and how it comes out of that manufacturing process. It could be a little bit different than what you see, so keep that in mind. But yes, go get yourself a Viking drinking horn and celebrate like a Viking. We also have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got t-shirts and buttons and hoodies. There is a Whiskey Rocks glass on there. There is a beer stein on there. A number of things. And 100% of the proceeds from that store goes directly back into our channel. Helps us pay for things like Roll20 Pro subscription, Incarnate Pro subscription, and a number of other items. So if you would like to help us out, go get yourself a Whiskey Rocks glass and a beer stein, and we appreciate everything you do for us. All right, so going through this, I need my robots book, which I thought I had open, but I did not. So there are two of these. Utility bots.
143 Robot Handbook.
Thank you.
Yeah. Those are my jam. I've been wanting to unleash them against the population since I bought them. They're
Yes.
a real cost-effective bit of destruction there.
Yes, there are 2 of the urban pacification bots there. There is
An auto dock.
There is one of these. This is the tool sack robot. And there are 2 of the Type C cargo loaders, which look like they probably share a lot of the same parts with the tool sack, to be quite honest. There is a cargo lifter. Because, I mean, of course there's a cargo lifter. They're just too cool to not have. Yes, you are right. There is an auto dock. I don't remember. Do you remember if the auto dock was actually? I don't think it's in the robots book, is it?
I don't think so. I think it's probably in.
I think it's in the cargo. Sorry, the central supply.
Central supply catalog. Yeah.
Probably under medical care and supplies. Let's see.
Sounds about right.
Would be my guess.
Yeah, it's page 88. It's the second thing under medical equipment.
Yes, there's an auto dock.
Which one is the question?
So this one is a basic TL13 model. So it'll do diagnosis, drug delivery, and surgery, and it has Medic 3.
Oh, I know it's a hurry, but still pretty cool.
Well, I mean, even if we don't use it, it's just, I mean, that's a real handy fucking thing to trade or.
Well, and I mean, it could be handy, you know, for especially if even a TL13 one, if you've got multiple injuries.
Yeah.
You know, Cameron being the doctor, she can only work on one person at a time. So I mean, that in and of itself is kind of handy. And then there are these. There is also. I had to look at my map before I realized I was missing something. There is also one other thing here that I know you're going to want. There is a TL13, so this thing right here, a TL13 enhanced fabrication chamber. So it can make complex electronics, simple biomechanical, and advanced robotics brains, usually in about an hour. And as long as you feed it resources, the required resources, it can manufacture those. So it says... so at TL13, it can even create additional fabrication chambers, although it's limited to advanced robot brains and brain options, one tech level lower, so it could do tech level 12 robot brains. Enhanced chamber cannot create self-aware conscious robot brains. Enhanced fabrication chamber includes technology to act as an advanced bioreaction chamber. It can print a full organ, limb, or similar replacement part possibly infusing it with cybernetic components, but is unable to directly print a complete living and thinking organism, although it can infuse a biological creation with an artificial nervous system to be programmed as a robot or an artificial being. That, I mean, at tech level 13, it can generate, like, essentially a tech level 12 android-ish. I wouldn't say it's an advanced android, but it can do.
It can do
some things.
tools and all other kinds of shit too. I mean,
And it can fabricate more of itself.
Yeah. Well, that allows you to get your liters up. I mean, how many liters is this?
That is a good question. So it doesn't. Oh, per chamber slot. So slots. Fabrication chamber can create a device equal to in size to half its slot size, or approximately 1.5 liters in volume per slot. So I would say that this is probably 4 slots.
Okay, so that's six liter.
Liters.
Yeah, so anything about the size of 6 liters, which is a decent size. I mean, you can make bigger shit. You just have to modulate it, and make it piece by piece.
Right.
Or make a bigger chamber to expand the size.
Right.
But yeah.
So then there is these crates, and in these crates, total across the board here, there is a total. Well, let me roll. 3d6. That's pretty good. There's 14 tons of spares.
We should load up the shit we're supposed to get first, and then
essentially
Yeah.
repair parts for ships and
Right.
whatnot. Nuts and
Well, I mean,
bolts.
yeah, we've got multiple ships we can pack out to some extent. We came here for specific cargo that gives tools to.
Yeah.
Or are we supposed to take the fabrication chamber and make the tools that they need?
Well, specifically, you came for the tool sack robot and the Type C cargo loaders. The cargo lifter is definitely a bonus that can be easily used. The auto dock wouldn't be sneezed at. The fabrication chamber was a bonus, and the spares are a bonus.
All right. Well,
so we should, we can pretty much fit all that on the Osiris with no problem, I think.
Let's see here. So you are currently in the Anubis.
That's correct.
Right.
And the Anubis, if I remember correctly, take a look, because I know we did some modification, I believe.
It's got a limited cargo hold, but I mean we have another Harrier and the Osiris that.
So you've got 25.7 tons worth of cargo space.
So that's 14 in spares. 4 robots, an auto dock, and a loader, and a fabrication chamber. The fabrication chamber would fit. I mean, that's inconsequential.
So there are 2 of these.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at 25.7 D-tons, so you're talking volume, not weight.
Yeah.
So these I don't think would take up too much space. It doesn't give that's one thing I wish they would have done, is given like a shipping weight for the bot. But ultimately, yeah, I think
they're large.
I think that you could fit all of this into. Now wait a minute. Then here's a question: do you have the Dragon Flyer with you. I thought you guys had gotten rid of it.
I think we, I think we set it aside due to weight.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
Yeah, I think all that shit is in our storage. I think the Dragonfly and my urban pacification bots.
I think they're on. I think they're on the Floating Palace. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in Drenix with our third Harrier, which would be the Scout's Honor, I think, or
Right.
Mars. Mars is one of those two is over there in Drenix, and Shenanigans is at Drenix.
Yeah, one of the Scout's Honor and Osiris went to Exy Highport. You are in Anubis. Mars.
Mars is in Drenix.
Mars is at Drenix, right? Under Drenix control.
Yeah.
And I believe the Dragonflyer and Shenanigans are on the Floating Palace.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it is.
Yeah. But we technically have the rights to Mars. We can go get that ship, and they can't really... They have to pull a fast one on us to deny it. But,
yeah, I mean, allowing them to operate Mars kind of... it calmed some tension with General Rax.
Yeah.
So you guys probably spend a bit of time loading this all up into the Harrier. I would say probably. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. Probably gonna take you a good 7 hours of securing it in the cargo hold and whatnot.
I have a couple more questions.
Sure.
Like, what is this thing here?
Where?
Just south of the hair?
It's just a part of the landing beacon. This is a fuel, unrefined fuel.
Okay.
Actually, this is probably a part of the refueling system, and this is the tankage for it. Like I said, though, it is unrefined.
We could refine it.
Yeah, I mean, you can put it through your...
Yeah, I mean, but we got topped off from the Osiris. We're almost full of fuel. I don't see a reason on taking strange fuel that's been sitting in a pirate base. I think at the very least, though, we ought to see if we can contaminate that fuel source just as a fuck you of anybody that comes here after the fact. We've already stolen all their stuff, right?
We're going to be so fucking tired after moving all this shit. There's no way we're going to want to contaminate anything.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
But it's the thought that counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to leave this Motorola pager right here next to their fuel tank.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes you about 7 hours loading all this crap up. And securing it in your cargo hold. Then the question, of course, is, you can either make this decision before taking off, or you can make it now. Are you going directly back to Spurl with this, or what's your plan here?
Man, there ain't shit here, man.
Let me. Bring up the map and show you where you're at. I think you're only like one jump away from Spurl.
That's what I thought too.
Yes, you are 1 parsec away from Spurl.
Spurl.
I mean, I think we ought to, tell our boys that we're at the high port, to come on, and form up with us, and we dock with the Osiris as one big happy family, and then do the J1, right?
Yeah. I mean, with both ships attached to the Osiris, you're limited to J1 anyways. So yeah, that works. So Cameron, go ahead and make a piloting plus dexterity check.
Oh, I rolled boxcars. We're good.
Oh, nice.
It's all that extra engine power. Right?
Right. Yes. Some of this probably changed a bit. Medium freighter.
We gonna pirate whatever he sticks out there, or are we gonna be good little boys and girls and just head on out?
We already got a ship full of hot shit. I don't
Man,
want to get
if he
busted.
sticks something out there around that fucking, way out here, though, I mean, that's a long way for their sensors to see anything we do.
I'm just imagining getting boarded, inspected in some way, like we already got somewhere. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Maybe
I
I feel
mean,
reckless.
if it's a big shiny, yeah. I mean, like a yacht or a noble or something like that, those are beneficial targets. An orphan boat, we could go kidnap the orphans. We could like pull into systems and be like, we've got all these orphans and we're going to start offing them if you don't give us money. And then just fuck one of them off right there on the screen.
Wow.
And collect the money, and then, just jump out of system.
I guess it depends on how shitty the planet is that we land on. They might just be like, yeah, they're like free meat.
Well, see, that's how we know if we should pirate the system or not. If they're good people and they, go, oh man, I need to pay you a lot of money so you don't kill orphans. Then, we're like, oh, well, we shouldn't pirate here. These are good guys. And we'll give them a couple of orphans to keep,
Here, have a couple of orphans on the house.
Yeah, take a couple of orphans. They're already spayed and neutered. They got all their shots.
We need to rank them by personality. So that would give away the good one. Well, these ones are hard to bowl.
Yeah. This one can knit. So, yeah.
So it is a 4,000-ton reach freighter.
I don't know if we've run into that before.
I don't think we've ever ran into one either. I mean, would you like to take a tour? Yeah. Yeah, sorry about all that damage that we did to your hull there. We just wanted to walk around and look at your shit. Y'all have a good day. See, now he did kind of put it in a tempting area, but I think we would get seen by system defense boats if we fucked around.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Let's give this Burlite the stuff.
Yeah. I don't think you guys gave us a big enough thing, You didn't even give it a cool name that made us want to fuck it off, man. If he'd have put the right name on there, we would have fucked it up, right?
Maybe.
So
That
that is how things have kind of changed. So there is a reach freighter, and I do have. So these are the stats for a reach freighter. It does have 1,600 hull points.
Yeah.
You can shoot at it all day.
Got an awful lot of.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's just something you got to board and kill the crew. I mean, that's just what you got to do. We would have to. It's got that thrust one. You could just run right up on it, and it doesn't really even have it's got a little bit of beam lasers, but
So the Reach
So it's-
Reach freighters are, you've seen these before, usually as part of a convoy. They're a pretty common sight in the Trojan Reach. They are most of them are very old designs. This design goes all the way back to the Sindalian Empire. Made at a much lower tech level because they're cheap, tech level 11. But they are Jump 2, and they've got, over 2,000 D-tons of cargo space. So these are kind of the medium-sized workhorse up and down the Drenax chain, or not Drenax chain, the Dust Belt. So, I mean, like I said, you've seen these before, but why is this all the way down here? But as you are leaving the moon, you are receiving a radio. You're being hailed by SDB 1274. Who's answering?
what are they saying? Yeah. What is their opening message? They're just pinging us, talking to us.
So this is a tech level 15 system defense boat, 200 tons. And they are calming you, requesting a customs inspection.
Well, which customs would you think about doing? I mean, I'm not sure, what you're talking about there.
They got to make.
This is all just salvaged, isn't it? I don't think we actually broke the law this time.
Probably not.
That's true. You could claim salvage. I mean, I would.
It's an abandoned base.
So now you're making me look at.
Man, if they pull up on us with this fucking defense boat, man, we kill the crew, take the boat with us, and go.
XE Station is a lonely little refueling post in the middle of the borderlands, owned and operated by General Development Corporation. The station is mostly automated, so the crew have little to do other than haul liquid hydrogen back from the local gas giant for fuel. As this, too, is mostly automated, they are very, very bored. So, I mean, this guy's...
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll tell the captain, Captain, the system defense boat, anal gland is wanting to come give us an inspection.
I don't think we can do much except submit at this point. There's so many of the system defense boats. We're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
To do what we say and just find salvage.
Yeah. They're like, well, roger that, system defense boat, anal gland. I'd like to get some sleep before I travel, but if you've got a warrant, I guess you're going to come in.
Okay. So, they will maneuver. Their little 200 ton up next to your little 200 ton, and you're just letting them dock.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I gave them my battle dress.
All right. Yeah.
I think we're good.
Man, if they're dumb enough to dock with us, I think we should take the fucking system defense boat. I mean, that's just.
How many take to run one of those fucking things? Like 50? Or
well, I mean,
no, it's like a crew of 4 or 5, man. I think
this is
way different in their
they
brain.
have a pilot captain. They have a main pilot captain, three subsidiary pilots, an engineer, maintenance medic, 4 gunners, an administrator, and an officer.
See,
Okay,
Those
so
gunners
it's less than
probably
I thought.
double as Marines.
yeah, man, we get our battle dress and get all geared up, and when we, I'll not even wear it. I'll greet them at the door, and when they come in, we just immediately kill the boarding party. Silence and kill the boarding party really quick, and then blitz the fucking system defense boats and take it.
Take it where?
But
It doesn't have a jump drive.
There's 5.
We got the Osiris,
which would have 2 ships. I mean, yeah, I suppose you could.
There's 5 system defense boats though. So
right? But if we take one, then there's only 4, and then we do an early jump. We take it. As we begin our assault, we tell the Osiris and the Scouts Honor to come get ready, and then we blitz the system defense boats, take it. The Osiris hits it, comes and docks. If we do it without any, they've probably got us beat by about a thrust
9.
Yeah, so they got us beat by 3. But I mean,
I think violence is the thing we'll resort to. If we can't just get away with saying, we got contracted to pick up some shit here and bring it up.
All right. Yeah, I guess you want me to
I know, not very much fun.
No, it's okay. It's our job as crew members to try to do stuff, and it's your job as the captain to keep us in line. Probably, I think we can take this, but it's probably not a smart idea. I mean, it's not like we'll get Coldway clean. I mean, they'll know we did it. The question is, can we get away with it?
We might have to take out all 4 of the other boats too.
And then the Sparrow people will be pissed because they have to do it.
Yeah.
All right, who's the best liar on the crew? I'm okay.
I'm really good at lying.
Ting. Your time to shine. Well, I guess
that fabulous package. Yeah, I've got that fabulous
you don't even
package.
have to lie this time.
Yeah. All right,
He just totally literally took a normal job without pulling over it.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go greet at the airlock.
Well, it's not necessarily a completely normal job. So the general development, I wouldn't necessarily say that they look at the Free Sparrow Society as, necessarily terrorists, but at the same time, they're not huge fans of them either.
We're not going to talk about.
Let's not admit to working for them, but we could say we have a job and we're just claiming salvage.
Oh,
yeah, we got contracts.
I'm going to tell these son of a bitches that we picked this. I'm not going to tell these motherfuckers we picked off anything on the planet. When they asked what we were doing on the planet, we're looking at a motherfucking an abandoned space thing. We're trying to track down these pirates, and there's no sign of them down there.
We could claim we're from Dranax.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
we're looking for pirates.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a
yes, we are. We're looking for pirates to join us.
Well, we're not going to tell that.
That last part.
Yeah. I will go ahead and set up some of the Ting's famous knock knock yay juice tea before, I'm thinking it's at least take them 20-30 minutes before they roll up on us. I want to have a nice tea and spiked food breakfast meal set out.
We should really have to roll for accidentally ingesting the shit if it's just laying around all the time. It's bound to happen.
So
it's what we do in Jump Space.
They will be boarding here at the main airlock, number 6.
I will head that way.
Okay. Where are the rest of you going to be? Are you going to stay on the bridge? What are you doing?
Are you in?
I'll be down in the cargo hold deck,
Okay.
messing with the robots, making it like buffing them or something, making them look like we're working on them.
Well, we have
So
we have a lot of
They're just
robots.
our robots.
Yeah, we have a lot of robots. I mean, so those are just going to blend in. You know, we collect them, man. They don't take a lot of food. It's pretty. You know, we love them because if they get freaky, you know, the Sandalian deathbots are definitely going to start acting up.
That's true.
Oh,
Maybe a tragic accident.
what about Gregor? Where's Gregor going to be?
Where's number 6?
It's down here, right under Tang.
Oh,
That big circle there in the middle.
I'm going to be right between these 2 5s in the hallway
Okay.
with my APC 25.
What was the name of the pirates? Little clique that we just hit their base.
Anshari Spacers.
Antauri Spacers. Thank you. I'll need that for role play purposes here in a moment.
So this long, ridiculous hallway is mostly it's mostly like a cargo roller because you've replaced the cargo scoop at number 2 with a breaching tube, which, you know, isn't terribly unusual. Where's Captain Beth going to be?
Happening up in 13.
So you're staying up here on the bridge, okay? Probably piloting, doing all the piloting things.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys. And how is Keith, Ting, and Gregor dressed? Are you guys, are you battle dressing it up? What do you...
I'm battle dressing with my AP 25 on my shoulder.
Okay.
Ting is gonna have on some silk, like laid back clothing with a smoker's jacket.
Okay.
And he will be smoking, you know, a nice tobacco pipe, and he'll just, you know, be looking fabulous as he always does. Utmost of style and sophistication. In today's
He's going to
modern
be singing. He should be singing.
Yeah. I'll probably be working, so I'll be in my working on the robots, so I'm not really that worried about it right now.
Yeah.
So you guys wait, and as you are waiting for them to dock, you can tell that they docked because there is a sudden kind of a sound of a scrape, like a very, like the airlocks weren't completely joined up, and you hear and a clunk, and the whole ship kind of rocks for a second, and then after another minute or so, you see the door open, and there are these 2 guys they are in full combat armor, and just for my edification, it is, I mean, it's not unimpressive armor, but it is the typical black and silver paint scheme that is so favored by Judecco. And this is just this is improved tech level 12 combat armor. You've seen it You've dealt with Judecca before. Usually, in a lot of cases, you guys have shot at Judecca that are rowing this. And they they come out, and he flips up his targeting visor and kind of looks Ting over, and he says, "Customs inspection. I need to see paperwork and logs."
Yeah, no problem.
Are you the captain?
No, man, you don't know who I am? I'm Rock Hardware. I thought for sure that you guys were fans and probably wanting
An autograph.
autographs and maybe a show or something.
Yeah, we haven't heard of Rock Hardware. Yeah,
Man,
we just need to see. We need to see your logs and your ship's registration.
Yeah, no problem then.
How far back do you want the logs? Last 10 years?
No. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Probably good for the last year.
Yeah, all right. I'll
hope we have
provide him
some
with
fake-
logs.
I hope we have some faked up logs.
And the guy looking over your logs, he takes the paperwork and he looks at the registration, and he looks at the other guy. He goes, "Go ahead and check their cargo hold." He says, "Affirmative," and this guy heads on down into the cargo hold. And the guy looking over the registration goes, "This ship's registered out of Drenax. Is that correct?"
Yeah, that's right. The ship is kind of multifunctional. We went and did some work with Tiffany Zazzle, where I protéged and did a hit single, and it was amazing, if I must say. We did that, and then I did a benefit show a little while back where we threw a big party. This guy, he put his arm in this elephant's ass. And God, the smell was just terrible. I'm telling you.
Make a persuasion plus social check.
I'm gonna add a +1 because I'm fabulous.
Yep.
All right. How about 13?
So you've played with Tiffany Zazzle, huh? Did you?
Oh hell yeah!
Did you join her for the over in Tobiah for the launching of the Deep Night Revelation?
No, I couldn't make that show. I was doing some exploratory and character building.
And then he interrupts you. He says, "So why isn't your captain down here?"
Well, I mean, judging by the way that you guys,
she doesn't like you.
That's the thing. I mean, the way that you docked with us, it's obvious that we probably wanted to have somebody at the controls. Why is there a specific reason why you need a captain? Is that one of your rules or codes or something? Would you like me to take you to meet the captain? Is that what you're asking?
What
gets you off, Mr. Officer?
What do you have the holographic hull? What do you have it set to? Is it set to flying Drenaxian colors or?
Do I know? Yeah, it should have worked this out before the situation.
Yeah, we probably should have declared that. Yeah. But I mean, I think the Drenaxian colors would be what we were going. It might be just fucking flat black, hard to see.
True.
Because we were kind of sneaking.
True.
Yeah.
And he's looking over your logs and goes, "This ship's done a lot of traveling up and down the Sindalian Main," and he says,
"That's right."
He says, "This is a really old ship." And he looks around and says, "Looks like it's well maintained." He says,
"Well, we did a bunch of work with the royalty of Drenix, and when we were trying to secure trade routes up and down the main. Drenix is trying to make a comeback, as you know, and become somewhat of a force. We were hunting some pirates that we heard they had a base here on this moon we just left,
Go ahead and
And,
make a deception plus social check.
That's another 13.
Okay. He's like, yeah, the Anshari's spacers, real bad crew. They were picked up by a Imperial patrol corvette, the Sincerity, which, oddly enough, I believe there is a notification out for a Harrier class vessel that actually attacked that particular ship. You wouldn't know
Well,
anything
you
about
don't
that, would
say.
you?
Well, no. Why would I know that? I mean, there was a Jadeco guard one time that got caught fucking sticking dildos in his mouth after they were used, and I didn't think that that was you at any time during this conversation.
Hold on here.
And there was a time about the Motorola pagers.
So there is.
Sure, while you're trying to escalate this, Mr. Customs guy. I mean, I don't know what kind of customs you have. The way that y'all docked with our ship. I mean, fuck.
He says, "Yeah. Sorry about that. Our pilot, he's a little out of practice."
Right. Well, who do I file to have payment to the damages? I mean, the paint job got scratched, I'm sure.
He says, "Well, you can file paperwork with General Development Corporation's libel claims office."
And what is your supervisor's name, please?
He says he gives you his supervisor's name.
Yeah. Oh no, I've got a very good memory, so I don't have to write it down. Like, and do you think that you guys would actually listen to my hit album while I do the advocating?
Go ahead and make a persuade plus social.
Still is. Oh, that's a 16.
Holy moly.
He says, well, yeah. He says, we don't get a lot of new entertainment out this way. And he says, hold on a second. And he radios to the ship. And he goes, yeah, a check official number J8B43112-A734HK. He says, call sign ANB77B65. And he says, yeah, we would enjoy, if you were able to give us some of your music. I mean,
Hell yeah, man! I've got free data discs for all you son of bitches. You can play it in all the system defense boats on all across the system. I think it'd be great if you forced people to listen to it when they came in the system.
So Keith, you're down in the cargo hold. Are you suited up in battle dress? What are you wearing? Or are you just doing your normal maintenance shit?
I'm just doing normal maintenance. I'm just gonna act like I'm being an engineer.
So the cargo interior cargo door opens, and this guy comes through, and he flips up his visor and he goes, "It's a lot of robots you got in here."
Yeah, we kind of collect them.
He says, "Yeah, I can see that." And he kind of looks around and goes, "Do you have registration paperwork for all of these?"
That's a good question. I'm sure that we do. We'll have to check with the captain on that.
He says,
You have to register robots?
Do you have to register robots?
not necessarily register them, but he's asking for proof of ownership.
Proof of ownership. Some of these are salvaged, but
ones that we bought, we would have to go for.
Yeah. we do have some.
He radios back to the other guy. He says, "Yeah, they're claiming they've got a lot of robots down here claiming salvage over." And the guy talking to Ting kind of nods his head, and he goes, "Oh, so he says, well, he says it seems you don't have any proof of ownership for the bots in your hold, so might have to cite you for that, or at the very least, we'll have to at least have you dock with the high port until we can, ascertain, whether this is legitimate ownership. But yeah, you understand, it's all procedures." And he radios in. He goes, check out their 2 turrets. And this guy that's talking to Keith, he says, we're gonna look into this and take a look around. And he comes out here and goes into and climbs down to the ventral turret, which is your missile turret.
I'm gonna stop him.
Okay.
I don't know if you need to go down there. What are you heading down there for?
We're just checking to see, see what kind of armament you're packing here. I mean, this is a Harrier class commerce raider. I mean, seems like it's awfully heavily armed. At least it looks that way from the outside.
Oh, not for the Dust Belt.
Yeah, I mean, we hang out in the Dust Belt. We deal with pirates all the time.
This is right. Yeah, I mean, we understand that. I mean, piracy in the Reach that's a common thing. We're all used to that. And he just keeps going like he's going to climb down into the missile turret.
What's the problem?
The problem is that he might find something that he shouldn't down there.
We've got nukes and shit.
Murder him.
Yeah.
He'll be okay.
Okay. So we just need to make sure he doesn't have a radio.
Doesn't have a what?
Radio.
So I'm just going to follow him and
radio. Mac the radio.
This guy is trying to sell us that we're detained, basically, right?
He's saying that because you don't have proof of ownership for the bots that they're going to want you to dock with the high port until they can ascertain. He says it shouldn't take longer than a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, well, anyway, here's my data disk, for the thing, and I'm gonna kind of, hand it to him and hope we'll fumble it, so it falls down on the ground.
Somebody at the high port. It shouldn't be that hard.
I mean, yeah.
We could try driving these
is this
guys.
really necessary? How about this? How about I
Ask
give you
them what
100,000
authority they're
credits,
working with.
and you take you and your friend, and let us just go. Because I'm really just trying to stay here a week. We're trying to leave. I have a schedule to keep. You and your friends could go buy fucking some hookers and send your wife home a nice chunk of change.
So you're giving him the desk, so he takes your.
I'm offering him 100,000 credits.
Okay.
Also, to just get him and his friend and get the fuck off our ship and let us go.
Make a persuasion plus social check.
That is a shitload of money.
Yeah.
That's 14.
He kind of looks around and he goes, yeah, Bob, you don't need to check that. Go ahead and come on up. I think we're done here.
I'm going to go ahead and mark off 100,000 credits.
You can buy them.
From the. Do you want me to take it from the general fund?
No, because I've already taken it out of my thing, man. I've got 940,000. I mean, 9,400,000 credits and some change. I don't give a fuck.
All right. If you want to get paid back, you just let me know sometime.
Right. I happen to have a great ways of making money. You're
That's great.
really
You hustle more than
now.
that,
I
yeah.
just want to say this though. I mean, I was like almost about to go ahead and yank this dude, and then use a disguise net to copy this dude and integrate with their crew. He was just
I
a
was
moment.
about ready to walk. I was about ready to walk down that tunnel to and meet Ting in my
Oh
battle
man,
dress.
I just think with my fucking with my art claws and in a surprise attack, I'll get through his combat armor. He'd be like naked, and I'm pretty sure that I could hit him for fucking enough damage that it would probably unconscious one shot him. And so I think I could win that immediate fight. It's could I pull off the bullshit that it would take to make it pretend like I'm him when he lives in a fucking tube with these guys. That'd just be hard to pull that off, man.
So the other guy, as he comes up he goes up. I guess there's no problem here, and he climbs up past Keith, and he comes in. Ting, make a recon plus intellect check.
Eight.
So you see the guy that you paid 100,000 credits to. You see him kind of slip some cash into his hand, and you are estimating that there's no more than like 5,000 there, and he kind of slaps it up against the guy's breastplate of his armor. He goes, "I think we're done here," and the guy goes, "Oh, looks like we must have done pretty good. What do? He give you like what, 10?" He goes, "Yeah, something like that." He says, "All right, yeah, I think we're done."
Hey, don't forget my music CDs, man. You gotta bump this Rock Hardware. I'm telling you, I've been performing with Tizney Zazzle. The fucking the collaboration is on there that we did together. I mean, I worked really hard on this. This is how I make my money.
And he takes CD and he's like, "Well, we'll enjoy it. Like I said,
Hell
there's
yeah.
not a lot for us to do out here." And he says,
yeah.
"Well, everything seems to be in order." Gives you the paperwork back, and he says, "Safe journeys on your way." And
Thank you. Yeah.
they
Y'all have a
climb back
wonderful
down
day.
into their ship, and you hear the airlocks kind of cycle, and after a minute or so, you can hear the ship. Well, let's see, how well did they do? It is much better this time, and there's no grinding or anything. They detach just fine, and you're free to go about your business.
There we go.
I
Problem
forgot
avoided.
how poor people are out here. Really should
I
be
know, it's
just
cool.
more.
If they would just steal ships and sell them, they could make a lot of money. It's very profitable. But,
He
yeah.
works for a corporation that generally steals entire planets.
Yeah.
I mean, when
Well,
you really think about it.
Right. Well, I mean, everybody likes money. So, but I was so thinking I was going to impersonate this motherfucker. I had to kill his friend, and then we would have to clean their armor up a little bit, or maybe put the disguise net on and make it look. But that was our whole to take an we just didn't do it.
All right.
Just following orders and stuff.
I was worried that he was going to find our nuke.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking
always
too.
not
Yeah,
good. I
we had
don't
nukes.
remember if they were on this ship or the other one.
We've got them on all our ships.
Yeah,
we
but
have
they
so
were-
many fucking nukes.
They were specifically on this ship because this ship was the one that you used to shoot a nuke at the Imperial patrol cutter or a patrol corvette Sincerity, which there is a notice out for a Harrier class that has done exactly that. But a plus on your side is that Harrier classes, they are rare, but they're not that rare, especially considering the proximity to Birney down here.
Yeah.
So, all right, who wants to make a astrogation check for Spurl?
What's the math?
Sure, I can do investigation. Yeah. That was a 12 investigation.
Okay. All right. So the other, he is making his astrogation check while the captain waits for the Osiris to show up. The other ship misses his first docking run, swings around, and has to make a second docking run. Captain Beth, you can make a piloting plus dex check to dock with Osiris.
13. We're good.
Okay, yeah, you make that look easy. And so you guys are now docked and clamped to the Osiris, along with Scout's Honor. And Keith is running the calculations for the jump astrogation, and the Osiris, of course, sets course for the 100 diameter or jump limit. While you guys are doing that, who wants to make the engineering power check?
I will.
Engineering power plus intellect or education.
Let's see. Oh, where's the dice thing on this now?
Should be the last button on the left side. The last button on the top. Or the top set of buttons.
There we go. There we go. Okay, we're doing engineering. Engineering plus what?
Intellect or
Intellect.
education. Ooh, nice. All right, and Keith, you can make a engineering J drive plus intellect or education check.
So that's 15.
Okay. You guys are in jump. So I have made the decision. I'm going to dump the experience point system. I don't think we're going to use it anymore. I think it's... What I'm seeing is... I'm running into the same problem that I ran into with 5th edition D&D with milestone experience. Is that it just seems like things are leveling up too fast. So, you have 1 week in jump. You can spend that time studying. I will allow you to select a skill that you want to study. It is 1 week of studying for going from nothing to 0, or it is 1 week of studying for going from 0 to 1. If you want to go from 1 to 2, it's 2 weeks of study time. And from 2 to 3 is 3 weeks of study time, etc., etc. And at the end of that period, you would make a education roll, 2D plus your education modifier, to see if you went up.
I think that's going
May
to
I
give
do
us a
jack
lot
of
of
all
really.
trades?
I'm sorry?
May I do jack of all trades?
No. Jack of all trades is not something that can be ranked
I think
Trained.
I think it's going to give us a lot of skill. If I could go from a 2 to a 3 in 3 weeks of jump, that's going to be a real quick thing.
Yeah, we do jump a lot. But
Yeah.
then again, you have to actually succeed your role.
Right, and also,
It's like,
I'm still maintaining you can't go above rank 4 in any skill.
All right. Well, I'm going to spend.
So
go ahead.
when we were Marines, I was trying to get like really good abs every week, and
She
I failed like
3
fucking times in a row. I'm like, I'm doing sit-ups. What?
Why
Like,
am I not doing
fuck
it?
this up. But that's how it goes sometimes with this.
I would like to do flyer to 0.
Okay, go ahead and make a education roll. 2D plus your education modifier. There you go. You got flyer at 0.
What kind of art is making the ship look fancy?
Like graphic design or
That
something.
would be. I thought there was something for that.
Now there's art history, but I don't remember the other one.
That would be. Art holography.
Holography.
Yep.
Cool. I will work on that.
Okay.
That's
good.
what I'm working on too.
Go ahead and make a education check.
7.
Nope, you didn't get it.
Right on, so,
That's all right.
well, I'm gonna go the opposite direction and spend the week drinking.
Okay.
I have enough skills.
Okay. So you're just sitting around getting tanked. I mean, I suppose
There's
you.
like a maximum number.
I suppose you can.
Isn't there?
Yeah, you can have a maximum number of, and this is across all skills. You can have a maximum number of skill levels equal to your intellect plus your education times 3.
Okay,
Not the
let me figure
modifier,
out
but
if
the
I can
actual
learn it.
score.
75. Okay, let me see if I can learn anything. I'll be doing that while other people
I mean,
do.
if you want to spend the week drinking, you could be practicing your carouse. In that case, I would say that it's probably like a. If there's nobody really to carouse with but your other shipmates, I would say that's probably an endurance check.
Okay, I could learn my skills. But all right, I'll endure. Let's see. Oh crap!
I'm doing performer, art performer.
Okay, go ahead and make a education check.
Oh, I've already got it in one. I've got a.
Oh, you're gonna have to do 2. Well, you've only got 1 week, so you mark down on your sheet that you've got 1 week of study that you need to do.
Yeah, that's what I do. I put a little star next to that particular skill, and then when I get enough to make the roll, we'll see what happens.
Well, on the paper sheets, there is actually a section for marking down what skill you're training and how many weeks of study you've done.
Whereas I made my character on a text document.
Right.
Yeah.
I got 11 for my endurance check, so I think I made it through this week of drinking okay.
Yeah, so if you don't have carouse, you now have it at 0. If you had it at 0, you get it at 1.
At 1, so I'm a week of training into being a better carouser.
Yeah, building up your carouse skill. So, yeah, your captain's a little wobbly during the week, but she's learning to hold her liquor better. And at the end of the week, you come out of jump in Spurl.
Again.
Oh, there's like a war that started on here or some shit.
No, that wasn't on Spurl. That was.
We had 2 articles that you shared. One was the big time.
Yeah, so hold on. That's coming up too.
Oh, so that hadn't happened yet?
So this is the Spurl system. Quite a few belts. F35 main sequence star. It is a single starred system, and then there is Spurl with its 3 moons. Spurl is a water world.
Yeah, we got whales.
That is dotted with these islands, and it does have ice caps, but these islands. Most of the population and, of course, the starport are all the starport's actually down here on the southern on the edge of the southern ice cap. But most of the population lives on these islands, and the big thing for Spurl is their biggest industry is the Spurl whale. And it's not really a whale. What these are is they are large masses of single-celled organisms that all kind of glump together. And they harvest these single-celled organisms because they are a rich source of biochemical production. And so they are very careful to make sure that they don't completely harvest out an entire whale. They'll take what they can, leave some so that they can continue to grow, and therefore the industry is sustainable. And to do this, they use, of course, a number of submersibles and ships, but the spotting is done by something called the Spurl Searcher. And this thing, I thought I had in here. I may actually have it in here. I do not. So, just a description of this thing is that it looks like a plane, but it's not. It is a boat. And these things are surface effect vehicles. And they travel at high speed and just a few meters above the water. And they send these things out with a big turbofan on the back. And these things fly at high speed over the water looking for whale signs. And when they find one, then they direct the ship to head in that direction. The ship drops its submersibles. They collect what they want from the whale and then load up and head back to port. Now, like I said, General Development Corporation owns not only the down port, they also have a high port in orbit, and they control, because of how much money the planet owes in debt to Jadeko for building the spaceport, because they brought it up to, they built a Class B starport at Spurl, where otherwise nobody would really fucking go, right? Nobody cares. And because the planet owes so much money to Jadeko, that means Jadeko pretty much can make policy and owns the planetary government. And for the most part, most of the people on Spurl don't care. They seem to be, Jadeko sets the market for the biochemical industry. The downport has a number of biochemical plants. They set the market. They decide who to sell to, what the tax is, etc. And so far, people on the planet have done pretty well. The overall average tech level of the planet is tech level 7, but because of Jadeko, there is off-planet technology that's available, sometimes up to as high as tech level 11 or 12. Maybe sometimes tech level 15, whatever comes through with shipping and special orders from, Wayfair and Amazon. But generally, people are pretty okay with that. There are some people, like the Free Spurl Society, who are not okay with that. They are irritated that Jadeko essentially has taken over the planet. And because of how Jadeko has a monopoly on the biochemical market, they have pushed out all of the independent companies. And so these independent companies, either they are outright, at the worst case scenario, they're outright banned from selling their harvest at ports, or they are incentivized to sell to General Development Company because Jadeko will raise their taxes and tariffs until they can't afford to do it without selling to Jadeko. And so these independent whalers are becoming fewer and fewer, and that is why the Free Spurl Society has sprung up. Unfortunately, the Free Spurl Society is not incredibly popular, as you would think that they would be, mostly because they can't get their shit together. A lot of their protests break down into drunken brawls that usually revolve around some kind of property damage, and then people are arrested. and spend their night in the drunk tank and are released the next day and nothing ever comes of it. And so most of the people on the planet don't really look favorably upon the Free Sparrow Society, even though the Free Sparrow Society may actually have a point. You are receiving, of course, when you come into system, you immediately connect to the system-wide data net, and you get a news article from Sparrow Today News. And the big news is that the Fifth Frontier War has broken out.
Great.
Now, of course, this news is a couple of weeks old, but it appears that both on delivered to Duke Norris on Regina and the Marquis of Jewel, simultaneously, Jodani ambassadors gave a formal declaration of war, and then within hours at Regina, the Imperial 193rd Fleet was attacked by Jodani forces.
Perhaps.
Duke Norris has officially sent word to Core, which is months and months away, requesting that the fleets of the Spinward Marches be given to him. And basically, he wants to take control of all the fleets because he feels that there has been a major fuck up by Imperial intelligence. That this shouldn't have ever been allowed to happen. Other news is that there was a Free Sparrow Society protest, that a lot of the people didn't show up for the protest because they were drunk and couldn't figure out where it was at. And they talked to a number of individuals, about it. The protest officially broke out at a brewhouse tavern, which then ended up leading to some of the Free Sparrow Society and some whalers squaring off in the streets, and there was some damage to businesses. A waitress says that the Free Sparrow Society is a joke. They make themselves sound like they're fighting some huge oppression, but she says, look around and show me where Judecco has oppressed anyone. Other people kind of agree with them, but ultimately they are they're not being looked at favorably. Also in the news, there are concerns that the Jodani are probing your mind, but thanks to work going on in Drinnex, biochemical stocks are on the rise.
We should find out what Prince Richter thinks about the war situation so that we act according to the objectives of our homeland.
Prince Richter's on the run.
Okay. Guess we're not going to find out what to do. We're winging it.
Well, you guys put him on the run.
Yeah.
Prince Herrick is the one at Drinnax.
Oh God. Okay, I mixed up their name. Okay.
No, you were close.
Oh God.
There is something funny about this news article. Who wants to make an electronics comms plus intellect or education check?
I get a 3 in that shit. How about an 8?
Okay, so you dig out of this communique of this hidden in this news article are coordinates, their landing coordinates, or something called Liberty Port. And attached to this in an ASCII file, and so it doesn't look quite this nice, is the Free Sparrow Society logo.
Okay, is that where we're supposed to drop our shit off then?
Yeah, those are our people. They're the ones we're supposed to be helping.
All right.
Yeah.
So you want to head down into the world and land at Liberty Port?
Yeah, that's
What's
that
the law
seems to be
level?
yeah.
I knew I had something for this.
Okay, I don't remember.
The Liberty
There it is.
port probably it won't have Jadeco's law level. It'll be whatever that's like the rebels, you know. I mean, I don't know. I doubt they even have really a technical government. This probably flying under the radar.
Are
stuff.
you letting go of Anubis? Well, I mean, all of your cargo's aboard Anubis.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't we just like take Anubis to the hidden coordinates and leave the Osiris in the? I mean, they could hang out in the asteroid belt or you know.
Yeah, they could easily hide in the planetoid or in the asteroid belt.
Yeah,
Let's do it. That sounds
let's
good.
leave them hidden. You know, because I mean, this might turn into a military thing, and it's probably better that people not know they're there.
Okay, so you transfer to Anubis. So Cameron, Captain Beth is going to need to make 2 piloting checks. The first one to undock. So go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check.
13.
Nice. And you're heading toward you undock easily and are heading towards the world. The Osiris and the Scouts Honor separate and are heading for the asteroid belts. Well, that was kind of a rough separation. But they are heading for the asteroid with some minor damage. You are coming into the world. Go ahead and make another piloting plus dex check. What'd you get?
10.
Nice. So you see that Liberty Port is down right about here. Just going to pick a green dot at random because I didn't really put down where it actually was, but this is the flyover of the island. And your landing coordinates are for this little area here. Now, each of these hexes is 1.6 kilometers. So this isn't a terribly tiny island, but there is some population here. And finally, you set down at their makeshift little base. Find. There you go. And so Beth sets down the Anubis, and they've got this, Class E starport set up. Well, no, it's more like a Class D starport. It's got a simple landing pad. You see that they have constructed some docks here, and there are some ramshackle buildings, and you are met by... Well, Gregor knows her. There's this woman that basically Gregor met that kind of set this whole thing up named Armandi. And she and a couple of these guys that they look like sailors. They're wearing, sweaters and skull caps. Armandi comes up and waves at you as you come down the cargo ramp. And she yells out, "Oh, it's good that you guys finally make it. We were starting to wonder if you were even going to show up."
Of course not.
Stop by testing.
The stuff was too good. We couldn't give it to you. I'm wearing my polycarb armor,
Okay.
with my laser cartridge carbine.
So, she sees. I don't know how are the rest of you geared out.
All things considered, I think I'll be in combat armor. I'd rather not be completely armed.
Well, I mean, combat armor still screams that you're ready to shoot, but
You can just stay in the ship if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, too. I'm dressed normally.
okay.
Whatever. I'm not scared.
What about Tang?
Man, I am in a I've got my my holographic disguise kit on, and I am in a big flashy rainbow colored suit. The top just has a vest, and the shirt's just kind of wide open, showing some chest hair, and a big thick gold looking chain hanging down, and my collar is tall, and I've got it up, and a belt, a big belt with almost like one of those wrestling size championship, things. Of course, it's all a holograph, it's all fake, but I'm looking pimp,
It's
and
fun.
and some slides,
So
some slide shoes that got big dildos on the side.
Armandi,
Big dildos.
Yeah,
Armandi looks at Gregor with his laser carbine, and she goes, "Hope you guys aren't planning on shooting anybody." And she goes into this spiel.
Just being cautious.
She says, "Okay, I can understand that, but we really need to. Everybody needs to take a non-lethal self-defense approach. We don't want it to cause or take any serious casualties. But if we absolutely abhor violence. We just can't handle that."
Oh yeah, that's just real bad. Ever money?
So everybody can roll a recon plus intellect check.
They're gonna tell me they're hippies?
7.
9.
Okay.
I also got 9.
Okay. Wow, Gregor's on it. So, Gregor, Beth, and Keith. How did I end up with 2 Gregors?
Gregors.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
So, everybody except for Tang, you kind of look around, and you can see that they've got some basic infrastructure set up here. Like they've got a refueling station here. It is again unrefined fuel, but they've got
There's plenty of water.
There's plenty of water, so that's where they're kind of getting that from. They've got some docks set up, but they've got no infrastructure set up to get the Spurl whale from the ships at the docks to the ships here at the landing pad, which could be, problematic. And that's part of that was one of the reasons why you were sent to get these bots. And so the deal that was set up wasn't so much cash to pay you. It was that if you helped them, that they would exclusively give a percentage. It was like 20% of their harvest to you guys for Drinax, and you guys already have the ability to turn that into biochemicals on Tech World, which is only like 2 jumps away. So it's like Tech World's like 2 parsecs away. on your way to Drinex. So, it's kind of a good deal. There's biochemicals that you don't really have to pay for.
All right.
But
Never mind. I want to spend for money then.
But she does, it is clear to you guys looking around that they're going to need your assistance in setting up, a distribution system of getting it from the docks to the landing pad. All of this between this landing pad and here is soft, marshy, sandy ground.
You guys
perfect
are
for robots. It's a
Yeah.
robot trap.
Yeah, that sounds like there needs to be a road made. They need more. Yeah, they're fucking gonna trap us here on bullshit.
Well,
Can you
we
guys
could
make a
just make a
robot for it?
plasma gun and make a road.
Yeah, that would work.
Might not be bad.
Yeah.
Do we have any?
Yeah, I think you guys have, what, 2 PGMPs?
Yeah.
We do have two PBS.
How
We're
far is it
using
to the
nonviolent.
nearest town?
It is.
It's not that far. Like
So-
3 clicks.
Yeah, like 3 clicks away. If that.
You know,
More like 2
yeah.
clicks.
Yeah. Ting will be like, well, excuse me, this place seems to need some upgrades. What can you tell me about the town that is just over that way? Maybe I could perform a concert or something to,
So she
pass our time while things get prepared to make this something.
so she tells you that she says I'm not I don't I mean they would probably enjoy a concert, but I don't know how if they know that you are associated with us. I don't know how well that's going to be. We've had some problems with the locals that they are not real happy that we've set up a port here, and there's been some outright threats, both legal and illegal. Some of the the typical hillbilly yahoos want to just come in and try to dismantle us outright. Others have threatened to report us to Jadeco and the planetary authorities, which if they show up, then we would be put out of business real quick. So if you have any suggestions on how to get around that, then we're all ears.
I'm gonna persuade her to use violence.
You're what?
I'm gonna persuade her to use violence. It seems like the only thing to do.
Yeah, she is completely against the idea of violence, and she tells you that she thinks that any outright violence, like if we were to get into a fight, even if we were to defend ourselves against these roughnecks that show up, that would probably alienate the rest of the local population.
Oh, she's gonna get murdered. We can't do anything about
How
it.
about if I
don't
nuke
have my
'em?
hands in the situation.
Just drop a
I take the
nuke
ship
on
up and nuke them.
We could try diplomacy.
Yeah,
Well, I don't need to do that.
yeah, maybe I could take a grav bike to the city and see if I can negotiate a more peaceful arrangement with the port. The port is anything we give these motherfuckers as it is right now is just fucking throwing bullshit in the fucking. I mean, we're not going to get in return unless it gets developed. If the city doesn't want this place developed, it's not unless we. Our choices are to negotiate or to do by force. That could escalate into actually have to taking over the whole planet. From Jadeco, which that would take so long on this bullshit. I want the biochemicals, but I think the easiest way is to go talk to the city. We can we could take a grav bike or I think we have a couple of them aboard.
Yep, you have two G bikes.
Yeah. Just zoom off to
Now
the
let's go
city.
talk to
And,
him.
yeah.
Who's
I
going? Who's going
Where's
with Ting on a G bike?
I thought Keith is.
I'll go.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
It's a Team Keith adventure. We don't have many of those.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah.
Well, that
I'll make
unfolds.
sure, yeah.
It's like a buddy cop movie, but more ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Keith is gonna keep me in
Are
line.
you in the back of the? Are you hugging his midsection to stay on the bike?
Is that how you ride a grab bike?
So G
I hope
bikes.
so.
Been a while since we looked at the G bike.
You're going to show up as the big important new guys. Look at that new technology you got. G-bikes.
You should do it anyway to build rapport
No,
for the team.
Hold on a second. I have this for you. I thought I had already done this, but like I said, it's been quite a long time since we looked at the G bike.
Yes, I owe you. Getting old sucks.
Oh, I hear that.
The G Racer? Is that what you're talking about?
I got it. Hold on. There it is. These. They are Star Wars speeder bikes.
Well, we've got two of them. I mean, can you drive one, Keith?
No, you guys have to spoon at the captain's order.
All right, we're spooning. It's okay. I fly really good. Yeah.
Cool.
I can fly one now.
Okay, fly two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
they
just
don't-
gonna
They
fly
don't
in
have
like
any room for evidently for passengers. I mean, looking at the picture of it, I can see
Okay.
why.
yeah.
You can't put R2D2 over there?
Yeah, I think it's right. The racers.
Okay, yeah, you guys have to take two. That's fine.
Yeah.
You guys could hold hands and fly next to each other.
I think I'm going to buy a gold humanoid
So something to
and protocol droid, gold one.
okay. I mean, probably not here, but
Here.
yeah, protocol droids are actually in the game.
Yeah.
So one of the things to look at on the G bike, if you see it says agility +3, you get a +3 to your rolls automatically off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It'll be fine.
you guys pull these
Yeah.
things out of mothballs from the depths of your cargo hold, and you hop on them and you zip off quite fast. I mean, their cruise speed is fast, but they have an ability to go very fast. So, I mean, what are we looking at here? Just out of
It's not far at all.
3 seconds to get to the city.
Mm.
speed bands, cruise speed is 300 to 500 kilometers per hour. If you're cruising very fast, it's 500 to 800 kilometers an hour. So these things
Yeah.
haul ass. And you guys,
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
like 500 miles an hour.
yeah. So yeah, you take off. You see them just go take off into the distance. While you are left at the port, what is Gregor and Beth doing? Whoops, that's the wrong map.
Keeping an eye on the ship, I imagine. And trying to convince that one chick who's dumb. however you want with it.
I think we got to kill her and get a more violent leader to the group. You know, I mean,
Yeah, so we can take control.
yeah,
That'll
like
walk
you
over
suck,
here
you know.
and start looking for a way
We need
to
to antagonize
get
her
a
until she
road
cracks and
Okay,
Yeah.
so
help
you
them.
are looking at trying to
Yeah,
design
that's true. We should do that.
a road. That is- do you have? Do you have
engineering?
do you have engineering at all?
It's like
Yeah, I have power at 1.
Life support.
That means I have power. I have engineering at 0 for everything.
I will let you both. You can both make an engineering plus intellect or education check.
Oh,
I didn't do so good.
No, you didn't. What did Beth get?
well,
Okay, so that actually worked out okay. So let me look at this. So what you're looking at. You both determined that if you were to use the ToolSack workbot, you could essentially construct and mixed with the usage of one of the PGMPs. You could use the ToolSack robot to construct a road between the landing pad and the shoreline, where the robots would have an easier time of moving cargo up and down between the docks and the landing pad.
all right, that's what we'll do
Okay.
while they are doing diplomacy.
Okay. Both of you make mechanic plus intellect or education. And I will give you, let's see, you get a +1 on that check.
I get an 8.
Okay.
I got an 8 also.
Okay, so you guys have this project underway as you are getting, of course, some of the Free Sparrow Society members, of course, are helping to work on this project with you now that you have it kind of aimed out. So, Ting and Keith, you come zipping into this this small city, and I mean, it's not terribly small. I mean, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's what, 4.5 clicks in length by about 1 click in width. Probably about the size of Gresham. It's not terribly big. Not the size of downtown Gresham. So
I've been there.
Yeah, there ain't much there, man. I grew up there. You're not missing anything. Yeah, the small Main Street USA kind of feel, or Main Street Spurl kind of feel. They do have some docks here on this river to the north that obviously comes out into this bay. And that's where their ships kind of dock. And you come zipping in. Where are you going exactly? What are you doing?
He
has Indigata DeVita roll just blaring out to grab that.
We should go to the government building, right? I mean, don't they have like something that looks like a city hall or something?
Yeah. So you're just heading for City Hall. So you guys rip up on your G-bikes, and both of you make a recon plus intellect check.
Nine.
Okay.
8.
Okay. So you both, as you kind of pull up and park your G-bikes, you see there's a lot of older model wheeled cars being driven around. And when wheeled cars, we're talking like tech level 9 at the highest. Some are internal combustion still that are down to tech level 7. You see a lot of pickup trucks, things like that.
They're called Utes.
Yes. When you zip in on your G-bikes, you draw a lot of attention. I mean, these are tech level 12, so... Oh, look at them rich sons of bitches. That kind of look.
Yeah.
And you come up and park your bikes outside City Hall.
Yeah. I guess what? We're just going in, right, Keith? We're gonna go talk to the mayor?
Yeah, let's talk to whoever's in charge of this town.
Yeah.
So you come stepping in, and I mean, Keith wearing combat armor and Ting looking like a backup singer for ABBA comes walking into City Hall, and the woman behind the desk looks up and she's like, "What can I do for you?"
You can die.
We've come and we would like to we'd like to speak with the mayor, please, or whatever title the leader of this fine village has. I'm Rock Hardware. I'm an international music star. Perhaps you've heard of my work.
Make a roll 2D plus your social check. With no bonus from your fabulous package.
Oh well, okay. Just a naked social 10.
That's still pretty good. She says, "Really, you're Rock Hardware?
Damn right. Yeah.
I love your music."
Yeah. We're getting ready to do some another revamp of some of Tiffany Zazzle's work. You know, it's going to be great. I was thinking about maybe doing a big concert here one day to really kick it off. You know,
that would be
bring
fantastic.
this place into the space age. You know, yeah,
that would be amazing that you would pick our little city to do a concert. Hold on, and she hit some buttons on her actual wired phone. And she says, "Yes, Mayor, I have, he's a rock star, Rock Hardware, and his associator here, they're requesting a meeting with you." What is your, go ahead and make another, social check, or make another social check. And you can add your fabulous package to it this time.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm being fabulous. That's 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she says, "Yes, sir, I'll send them in right away." And she hangs up the phone. She tells you that the mayor says that he'll make time to see you.
Oh, hell yeah. Maybe later tonight, man. Maybe I can see some of you.
He's got to stop drinking his iced tea.
Right. And so the back door opens up to one of the biggest office, and you can see there's this rather large rotund man wearing a suit, and he says, "Oh yes, come on in, yes, my secretary says that you're some kind of rock star." And he looks at Keith and he goes, I can imagine you have to travel with a bodyguard."
Oh, he's for the bodyguard. He's like a brother. I mean, you know, look, okay, we were originally twins, you know, and he kind of figured that he was getting the short end of the stick when our parents asked him to help plan the surprise party for my birthday, but I still love him. You know, he's a good guy. You know,
make a deception plus
I'll
social,
slap him on the back.
and you can add your fabulous package.
Yeah.
14.
So
Everyone's into it.
he
Everyone loves
looked
it.
this mayor. He looks at Ting, and then he looks at Keith. He goes, "Twins, you say? Yeah.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
think I can see the resemblance. Yeah, come on in, my boys." And he leads you into his
Oh my
office.
God.
So we will pick up here next week at 6:00 on Wednesday night.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh wait, no, not next week. I will be gone next week. My
Oh.
apologies. I will be gone.
That's the 25th.
Yes, the 25th through the 27th. I will be up at our friend's cabin. So we will pick
Oh,
up in
that
2
sounds
weeks.
fun. All right. Well, still
Okay.
thank you. Had a lot of fun.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I will
thank
see
you.
you guys in 2 weeks.
Night.
Have a good night.
Good night.